Hi Pottery peeps, this is Tiffany from Hobble Creek Pottery. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable ghost lamp. This one was made out of porcelain. I'm not going to do that to you because it was a little bit finicky to work with. I'm going to try it with B-Mix. I haven't done it with B-Mix, so hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me. Also, this is my very technical armature that I'm going to use. And this is, what is it? 32-ounce thing of yogurt. And actually, let me just take this off. This is a wadded up piece of bubble wrap, and then I just taped it onto the top. And then this is a knee-high stocking, and that helps so it doesn't stick and I don't have to deal with paper and so forth. And I'm just going to be working on my banding wheel with this. I have the B-Mix is rolled out to just a tick under 3/8. With something like this, you want it thin enough that it's going to drape and you're not going to be fighting it too much, but not too thin that it's going to tear when it drapes. And this is straight out of the bag. A lot of you know I'm in Utah, which is high desert, low humidity, and today is like 88 degrees. It's middle of October. It's like crazy. It's like, come on already. Those of you who've been with me for a while know that I'm from Alaska and I happen to love winter. So I'd be fine with it snowing. All right, let me go ahead and lower you down and show you how we hopefully will make this ghost lamp. Before I get started, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go and just cut this outside edge, because it'll be from my slab roller, or even if you're rolling out with a rolling pin, you'll get more of a frayed edge. And that, if you want a frayed edge look for your ghost lamp, that might be actually really cool too. He's been haunting for a while. But if I want to smooth mine, I'm going to start with a smoother edge. With that thought in mind, I think I will just come in with my sponge. I did not do this on the first one, but maybe this will help me on the cleanup with this one. We'll see. There's always so much cleanup when you're hand building. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this over. I kind of do want more of a circle. So by doing that, I just kind of stretch the clay a little bit. But I'm just going to soften that edge, hoping it'll help me when I'm doing this. All right, first thing I'm going to do, let's raise you back up. I'm going to go ahead and put a paper towel over this, and on that one I had problems with the clay getting into here and wanting to tear. So let's put that there, hopefully that'll help. And then we're just going to, I want it to touch the bat in 3 different places. So hold on a second. What if I try to keep everything together here? Yeah, this is tricky. This is the free form. Any of you who have done the little sheet ghosts, this is along those lines, but much bigger. I don't want to add a lot of water in the beginning here, but I do want to get the marks from my apron off as I was holding the clay. Let me smooth those off. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to create folds. So I'm actually bringing my finger in here and kind of pushing up and pulling them down. This would make a really good foot. So I'm going to go ahead and, man, it's already cracking. This literally was just rolled out. So I might end up with some cracks on mine just because of where I'm at. It really should not be this hot in October. I'm going to actually fold that over. I want to create movement. So that's why I want the folds and I want them to flip up. So I'm just going to go around and play with it. This is a play situation, and I don't think as potters we do that enough. If it starts to crack, I'm going to go ahead and smooth it. And actually, if you take it, oh, mine not even on, sorry guys. All right, if you take and flip that up and then to the side, it just gives the illusion of more movement. And then you just put in as many of these as you want. Make them as pronounced as you want. I will push in, pull out. I will even, I've got some paper towels here if I want it to be more drapey or more floaty, I guess. Then I'll put in more paper towels. I'm actually going to see if I get that wet first. Yeah, it's already, how in the world did it dry out that fast? That is just nuts. And okay, you can keep the tears or you can come through and cut them out. I'm just going to cut that out. And I'm not going to smooth like crazy. I will wait till it sets up more to come back here and smooth them. Actually, using the sponge to create that movement is almost a little easier. You do want to make sure that you've got at least 3 feet hitting the bat. Triangle, science, physics, whatever. That will keep your ghost sitting well. So obviously that's going to be a foot there. So we'll leave that there. And if that's going to be a foot, then we're going to stretch this guy out and make him flip up. And then this should probably be another foot. And you can go around and cut these. Sorry, I have my phone out here with me. My husky Rinka isn't doing very well. We're waiting for, the vet doesn't even know what's wrong with her. We're waiting for blood test results. So she's supposed to call today. Oh, and those of you that have asked about my grandson, he is doing really well. His name is Magnus Rain. Rain is a family name. It's his dad's name. I'll have to give you the story on that. When I was pregnant with Montgomery, it was back in the 90s, I was reading Jude Devereux, her Montgomery series, Scottish Montgomery, and one of the characters was Rain Montgomery, and I liked it so much I called him Montgomery Rain. And he was not happy with me when he was in junior high and had to do a report on the origin of his name in front of the class. There's so many ways we torture our children. But his wife, who I dearly love, loved the name, and so they used it with little Magnus, which is kind of cool. And I guess there was an argument about it because he didn't want to use it. But you know, she's pregnant, she's in labor, she gets what she wants. So, all right, so now that I've kind of got my folds, now I'm going to adjust him. I'm going to get his head in place. And I want to come down those folds, so I've already pushed them out. So I want to I don't want to see my fingers marks though. So maybe come down with the sponge. Let's see. And I'm just looking to, like I said, I want it to look like it's floating or to have movement. I think when you can take something that's going to be like ceramic, you know, it's going to be hard, but it looks like it's got a life of its own. I think there's magic in that. So, and all of these little guys I want to flip out and look like they're moving, like he's haunting the place. And don't overthink it, just play. All right, I'm gonna bring in some folds in here. That one's too big, I think, so we'll push him in. And then we'll carefully lift this one up and hopefully not mess it up. Pull this one out. If you ever drape fabric, as you can tell, I was seamstress at one point. In fact, I used to make wedding dresses. There was a time that I even worked for a tailor in my early 20s. I've been sewing for a long time. Now I just sew for fun. I used to sew all my kids' clothes. We were so poor. The whole Sound of Music thing, you know, where you get sheets or big pieces of clearance fabric and all your kids are dressed in the same outfit. Yeah. My poor kids. But I did make the best Halloween costumes on the street. And all my kids will tell you that. In fact, I've kept them all so that, and they've even asked me, where are those Halloween costumes? So when the kids get old enough, when the grandkids get old enough, there's Halloween costumes. So if you have any experience working with fabric, this is kind of like that because we're draping. So just supporting it from underneath, pushing it in, pulling it out, and smoothing at the same time, kind of. All right, we're almost there. This actually does not take very long. Don't be surprised if the first time you do it, you end up reclaiming your clay because it is kind of a learning curve and it all depends too how your clay is going to react to you doing this. So where you're at, your humidity level, how wet your clay is, how fast it dries out. And this sponge is it's damp, it's not real wet. Kind of like this guy right here. So I'm actually going to pick him up, hopefully, and center him. Might not have been the best thing to do because now I've got to readjust all my folds. Actually, okay, really like how this one looks like it's dancing. And like I said, these edges here, I will really pay attention to them after this stiffens up, because then I can be a lot more aggressive with it. Right now they're just going to tear and get angry. So, but I do want those little flips. So, and like I said, I want to make sure that I've got at least 3 of these feet that are touching. I like the ones that aren't touching too, though. Actually, what a fun project, though. I think it's fun. And stay to the end because I'm going to show you how I light this guy up. I found a really cool, inexpensive LED light for this. Let's see here. I think we can put another one right there. So obviously you can fiddle. And if you've been watching, I'm a fiddler. So you can make him as wide, as skinny, as tall. It just depends on your armature and how much clay you're using, let's go ahead. There we go. We'll stuff this in here to kind of get that to, because it'll dry like that and fire like that. You could do this with plastic bags too, but I like paper towels because paper towels allow the clay to dry. Sponges work too, but I don't have any extra sponges. And Tuesday, I am going live. We're trying another live. I got Google Fiber, so hopefully it'll work. I am going live with Sharon Hoppe and showing you how I made the butter coffin dishes. I think I will write in the time. I'll ask Sharon. I'm not sure on the time. So I will write in the time. And she's on YouTube and Facebook, and I will link her too. So you don't miss out on that. You might miss out on doing them for this year, but if you're like me, Halloween isn't just a season. So I did cut that one up short, but that's okay because it's going to float. I almost think that's too long. Let's see. I have to keep. Maybe what I need is I need two cups. That's what I need. Let's fill him out a little bit right here. See if that takes care of it for me. Yep. Okay. All right. So now let's do his top. All right. So I've got a ball of clay. And I've got way too much clay. Let's go ahead and use that much. This is, to me, this in their face is what gives them their personality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a carrot. And you don't have to pull it. I'm going to go ahead and pull it, but you could, I mean, heck, that's it right there. But I'm also going to, you can make this as tall as you want, but I'm also going to pinch this out. I don't want it real thick. And I want it, this is going to add some more height to the lamp. So let's go ahead and push it out. So, because we're going to do that. Cute. Man, I love making stuff like this. It just makes you feel like a kid again, right? Exploring and trying new things. And I mean, you got to keep the fun in this. I read a great book years and years ago when I was writing, and it's by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it's The Big Magic. I'll link that too. But one of the things that really spoke to me on it was not to, and of course, we're potters, we're trying to make a living here, but to put the pressure on your art to make money. And I think we do that too often, and we lose the fun of what we get to do. So in a way that I get around that, I teach. So I have a certain amount of money that comes in every month that pays the bills or whatever. And so whatever I sell or that kind of thing, it's like extra. So frosting, the fun money. So there's different ways of running your business to where you could do a YouTube channel. You know, my YouTube channel has been monetized and it's bringing in a little bit. Thank goodness, because with the accident, I wasn't able to do stuff. I actually rented out my studio to the students and they just got to play. And that worked out. So there's ways to do so many things. It's just whatever you can think of. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've made a cap. Okay, And before I put the cap on there, I'm going to go ahead and pull this. I just dipped it in the water. And actually, you could do a witch hat though. Oh, fun. You could put a pumpkin on him, you know, and you could make this as thin or as tall as you want. I'm going to get some of the extra water off of it. And actually, hold please. I don't want a lot of those fingerprints. So I've got these bisque molds. It's probably about as round as that head is. And I'm gonna grab my rib and I'm just gonna smooth all this down. Get all my fingerprints from pinching it off. Is what I'm doing. And then smooth that. Yeah, that's better. So you could use a ball for this. You don't have to have the bisque form, but you know, make your own bisque forms. Bowls make great bisque forms. Okay, so the next thing, we got to put his top on. So this is actually a fairly fast. The thing that's going to take the longest is the drying. All right, I'm going to lift you up here so you can see me attach this guy. And this is wet, this is wet. But the one thing I do want to do, I want to put a hole in it. Maybe, there we go. So that, because this is hollow in here, I'm going to go ahead and score this. But, let's see. Isn't that cute? All right, so I don't think I'm going to bother scoring though. I got to figure out, I think that's my back because it's like trailing. So that would make this my front. And since I have that armature, and the reason I didn't score and slip the piece is because I'm just going to blend this right in so that you can't tell that I've added it. So there's really no need when you're spending this kind of time to smooth it into the piece, into the clay. It's not going to come off. So I'm just pulling the clay down. So get it pulled down, and then I will smooth it in. And this will take some time, so I'll probably speed you up. All right, so it's stiffening up already. So I am actually I need a place that I think I want some more movement. I need more right here. Because in my mind, he is, or she, is walking here. Kicking that skirt or the sheet up. As long as I've got my feet here, and I got plenty of feet there, so I can probably just do whatever I want here. Let's do that. So we'll have them. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is pull this out a little bit So I have a little bit more room there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give my ghost, let me see if I can do this in a way you can see it. Hold on a second. All right, let me see if I can do this direction. Well, it's gonna be backwards. So basically what I do is I just take it and I just, you know, kind of do a little flip. You could do your little flip, but kind of do, let's see. I gotta do it in front of me. And then that's too long, so I just kind of pinch it off. Let's see, no, not too happy. I just kind of play with it until I'm happy with it. Always make it longer than it needs to be. Okay, so the last thing I need to do, let's see, actually I'm not too happy with that. So take it, bend it over my finger, and then there we go. Now we're getting there. And then, sorry, my hand's in the way. So also be aware that the bigger you make that, the harder it's going to be to fit in your kiln. So if you wanted to make it smaller, make it smaller. But I kind of like the little ghost. So next, we need to cut the eyes. And you can wait, or you can do it now. I'm gonna go ahead and do it now, since I've got these things that I use a lot. So I'm just gonna punch his eyes in. Make sure they're, well, they don't even, this is a ghost. The eyes could be however you want them to be, right? And then I'm going to carefully, I don't have anything behind this, so I'm going to carefully put his mouth in. Take that little bit out. And then, where is paintbrush? Oh, where's my paint? Oh, that'll work. Okay. Especially for the mouth, I just get my paintbrush wet, and then I'm going to make the mouth, okay? Because he's boo-hooing. He's dead. And then you can either cut that off, tear it off, and then smooth it in. But this gives him a boo-hooing mouth. Then I want to and you can make it as big, have it come to the side. Looking demonic now. And I do the same thing. I want to soften the eyes. Well, it's kind of hard. I usually wait until I can pick it up off of the form. And you do want to pick it up off of the form. Don't wait too long, but you can also give him some sad eyes, you know. This would be super cute too, to come in and even carve some more light. The last thing I do is I give him an eyebrow. I don't know why, but I do. And I just take my tool and just flip that up. And that's basically it. I will widen the eyes. I might cut them wider once I can get, because you know it's a lamp. Oh, there we go. I do recommend that get it off of the form. I let it sit like this. And if there, let's give him a little jaunt, kind of like Elvis or something. All right, that's some fun playing today. Shoot, I hope I filmed that. Guess we'll find out. Because I'm looking at 5 minutes on my film. Well, we'll find out what happened. If not, I guess I get to make another one. I will, like I said, I will put this under plastic. I'll let it sit it for a while, get the armature out of it. Then I'll put it under plastic and I'll just forget about it and fire it. Okay? Go get muddy. I hope you try this. I hope you play. And we will see you in the next video. The next video will be with Sharon on Tuesday. So don't miss that.
Ooh.